I got into drugs pretty bad when I was young. It started in high school, just like basic partying, smoking pot. The whole rave scene started, and I started going to raves, and then I started getting into drugs pretty heavily. My parents went through a pretty bad divorce, and so I learned real quick how to manipulate people, how to manipulate my parents, my friends, everyone to get what I wanted. I don't really have a drug of choice. I did everything and anything I could get my hands on, but it was meth that took me to my knees. And it was really hard for a long time. My skin never fit right, and using made it fit a little bit better. And it got really bad. I was screaming out for help for a really long time inside, but I remember when my dad brought me to treatment, I didn't want to go, and I told everybody, I made it known, everybody here, and all my friends and everybody, that I did not want to go to treatment, but I was so desperate. I needed a change. I needed anything. Actually what had happened was I was a mule for a drug cartel, and I was bringing meth from Arizona to Montana for a living to fund my habit, and I wanted to get out of it. And both my parents being cops, I burnt a bridge with some pretty scary people, and I was scared for my life, my parents' life. So I told them, and they were shocked and denial. So my dad brought me here, and I thought it would just get everybody off my back and get people to just kind of let me use in my silence and get a handle on my drug use, you know, so I wasn't so out of control, because I couldn't keep a job, I couldn't keep friends, nobody wanted to be around me. My family wanted nothing to do with me, so I checked into Turning Point December 13th of 2009, and I was in here through February, I believe. And it was awesome for me. I needed a babysitter. I needed someone to watch over me. And I got a lot of stuff off my chest by being in here. I worked through a lot of stuff. Everybody was so awesome, and I was so crazy. Taking the drugs and alcohol away from me didn't make my life better. It just made me crazy. I needed something else. And then, unfortunately, the day that I got out of here, I relapsed, because I had it in my head that I'm a drug addict, I'm not an alcoholic. You know, I can still drink, and it took about 2 nights to get me back to my drug of choice. And I used even worse. It just picked up right where I left off until the middle of April, and I called Chris from Turning Point, and I was like, please take me to a sober home, because they tried to push that on me in here, and I was like, no, I don't need a sober home, you know, I'm fine. And I kind of manipulated my way to getting out of that, like telling my dad, oh, it'll bring me back out with all their rules. They have rules and stuff. I can't do it. And so I finally checked back into a sober house, and that's when my recovery really started. Because I wanted it. You know, nobody wanted it for me. I wanted it. And that was May 1st, 2010. So I've been sober now for a little over 17 months, a couple days over 17 months. And now, oh my gosh, now I'm not as crazy anymore. My head has quieted down. Having something else in my life to replace that, because the drugs and alcohol weren't my problem. I was my problem. Everywhere I go, there I am. You know, I don't know how to live a life. And now I've learned how to live a life, you know, how to be a productive member of society. You know, I'm not sad anymore. You know, my heart doesn't hurt all the time. And I have a life beyond anything I could have ever imagined. I thought I was gonna die a drug addict. And today I have the choice. I don't have to anymore. I have a relationship with my family. I just recently got married, you know, stuff that I never would have dreamed of that could happen to me. And it's all because I wanted it. And I did some things that people told me to do, to stay sober, not just stay sober, not just stay dry, to actually heal and to recover. So that's my journey, and you know, I just take it one day at a time. And they told me that in treatment. I didn't know what that meant, but I get it now. It's really easy, just one day at a time.